Another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Abu Kalbuch, and great to have you here as we always do. We're going to be starting off immediately with the week that was. We're going to be reviewing all of the headlines that caught our attention in the last week, and I have two important guests here with me who are going to be helping me dissect all of the information that they probably can. Nnamdi Onekwe, thanks for being here today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And of course, Kayode Oyemakinde, thanks for coming.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
The Senate president has been in the news all week for mostly wrong reasons, if I may use those words. And a lot of people there's a lot of division now amongst Nigerians, amongst senators, amongst his party members as to what should be happening with him. Now, let me start with you, Kayode. Now, we did see some drama ensue during the week with the head of the Code of Conduct Tribunal and a counsel in court. Most people are not sure what happened and if that would affect the outcome of the case so far. But what's your take on the entire case so far?
Yeah, thank you very much. Basically, the Code of Conduct Tribunal is empowered to try the Senate President or anybody, any public official, excuse me, who is short of the law as regards declaration of assets and the likes. And the Senate President was caught, in the act, as the case may be.
Allegedly.
But, allegedly. Thank you. But the thing there is that what happened during the week, last week, was a little bit funny, whereby a counsel from the camp of the Senate President, in person of Barrister Oloyede, and the Code of Conduct Tribunal, the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, Justice Danladi. I've been to court severally, and the posture of a judge is so calm that even if things are going wrong, they will be so calm until you get a shocker of your life. But I was surprised whereby there was a video that was going viral, and the judge was almost like an altercation between the judge and the counsels to the Senate President. And I was like, the way the judge is going about this, it will look as if he's biased even before the end of the case. And naturally, the Senate President's camp will not want it to go on, because there's already a preserved judgment even before the judgment day. Moreover, the counsel too didn't follow some certain procedures, because most times the lead counsel ought to present whatever applications that they're filing in courts or thereabout. But here, one of the lawyers out of the 63 or 64 that were in court that day was one that wanted to speak for himself, which I think is wrong. He will have allowed himself to be led by the lead counsel. So if the tribunal judge wanted to put him in proper perspective, I don't think he ought to have. The altercation was a little bit belittling of a judge, and at the face of it, people will start seeing it as if this judge is biased or is doing the bidding of some certain people in some certain quarters. So I think, with all due respect, I'm not in a position to correct a judge, but nevertheless, I think the video that he saw, if it is correct, I think the judge ought to adjust some certain things that happened.
Well, let me come to you now, because a lot of people are starting to wonder if this whole thing is becoming a circus. I know there's a series that just ended in America about O.J. Simpson's trial, and one of the biggest lessons that came from that for people who watch was the fact that maybe justice for a lot of people was not served because of the fact that the case became a circus. It became a TV show for people. First of all, people are surprised that a recording could actually happen. Whether it was a phone or whatever it was used to record, the fact that that happened is already shocking people, and people are wondering if that was done deliberately to cast sort of a bad light on the Code of Conduct Tribunal judge. And what's your take on all of this that's happening and where the case is going?
Well, for me, this case is actually a joke. For the past weeks, we've been following the case, and you hear that this particular judge has been under investigation by the EFCC, and all of a sudden, the EFCC cleared this same judge this week, and we are looking at a situation where some of the requests by Saraki's lawyers are declined, so to say, by the judge. And the judge said, in fact, that the case was going to go on daily basis until he gives judgment, And, here and there we've been looking at it from the point of view of fairness, you know, if the Attorney General, because I understand that the Code of Conduct Tribunal is under the presidency, if the Attorney General is fair, you know, I think the judge should be, there are a lot of judges on that tribunal. If there's no judges, they should second another judge. This judge has proven to be very controversial, you know, and based on the analysis of many legal experts, and also based on the submission by Saraki's lawyers, they feel that the Senate President cannot get justice. And, you know, going by antecedents of this judge who came and said, you know, Tinubu was actually tried by the same judge a few years ago, and Saraki Council raised some issues that has to do with the judgment he passed earlier. He said that that judgment was passed in error for the same offense that Saraki is being tried. So you begin to see a pattern, and also a situation where everybody will arrive at a conclusion that this judge is already biased. So I think the Attorney General should second another judge or constitute a new tribunal. Let them try this.
But if it's been cleared, is it fair to be saying what says that the next judge who comes will not have certain issues? Are we going to keep changing judges until? How long are we going to do that for? It seems, I mean, what he's been cleared, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, he's been cleared, but this very particular judge has been very controversial. Right from when he said he erred by granting some judgment in the past on this same issue that he erred. You know, this is a very serious case. We are talking about number 3 person in Nigeria, and if he's saying that his fundamental human rights cannot be granted before this judge, he is within his right to demand for another judge. You know, another judge should be seconded, and let's have a fair trial.